29th November, 1945. I believe it was about a year back. You know Ramachandra Rao, the Ayurvedic physician? Well, he was preparing some medicine that would give strength to Bhagavan's body and had made out a long list of herbs and other ingredients and showed it to Sri Bhagavan. And like a good boy who would readily obey instructions, Bhagavan went through the whole list and praised the efficacy of the various herbs and finally said, "But for whom is this medicine, my dear man?" And the Ayurvedic physician said, "For Sri Bhagavan himself." And Bhagavan replied, "No doubt you have given me a long list, but where am I to get the money for it? It may cost 10 rupees, and whom am I to approach for it?" Someone nearby, looking at the ashram property, said, "Whose is all this, Swamiji?" "Yes, but what have I? If I want a quarter anna, I must go and ask the Sarvadakari. How should I go and ask him? He gives me a little food if I go there as soon as the bell rings. I also eat along with the others and then come back, and I might be refused food if I was late. Even in being served food, I come last." At this, the poor physician trembled with fear and with folded hands said, "Swamiji, I just showed you the list, and I myself will get the required herbs." And Bhagavan replied, "Oh yes, you will get them. But if that medicine is good for me, it must necessarily be good for all the others here. Can you give it to them also?" And some people interjected, "Why do we want it, Swamiji?" And Bhagavan replied, "If people who do physical work don't need a body-building tonic, how do I, who merely sits here and eats? No, that can't be." There was another time before when another doctor, Srinivasa Rao, told Bhagavan about an allopathic medicine, which gives strength, and said that it would be good for Bhagavan if he took it. Bhagavan said, "Yes, that is all right. You are rich and can take anything. But what about me? I am a mendicant. How can I have such a costly medicine?" And the doctor said, "Bhagavan always declines everything that is offered. But if he agrees to take something, won't it be forthcoming? Or if not medicines, why not take some nutritious food, such as milk and fruit and almonds?" And Bhagavan replied, "All right. But I am a Daridra, which is God in the form of poor and destitute. And how can I afford it? Besides, I am a single individual. Mine is a large family. How can all of them have fruits and milk and almonds?" Bhagavan dislikes anything special for himself. He has often told us that if anybody brings eatables and distributes them amongst all, he will not mind even if he is left out, but he will feel hurt if the eatables are given to him only and not distributed to others along with him. If he is walking along a path and some people are coming in the opposite direction, he does not like for them to step aside for him, but instead he will himself step aside and allow them to pass, and until they do, he will not go a step farther. We should consider ourselves fortunate if we can imbibe even 1,000th part of this spirit of equality and renunciation. If dual-witted people like me who do not know his ideas give him preferential treatment in matters of food, he excuses a great deal, since forbearance is his nature. But when it goes too far, he gets to a point and says, "What am I to do? They have the upper hand. They are the people who serve. I am the one who eats. I must listen to what they say and eat when they want me to." You see, this is life of a Swami. Do you understand? What more admonition can one want than this? The 30th November, 1945. About 2 years back, an old couple from Guntur, who have been visiting the ashram for a long time past, came and stayed here for 2 months. The gentleman could not stay away from his house and children for more than 2 months at a stretch. However, with a view perhaps to put the blame on the wife, he approached Bhagavan and said, "I can't bear these family troubles. I told my wife not to come with me, but she has come. Before even 2 months have elapsed, she says, 'Come on, let us go. There are a lot of things to attend to at home.' I ask her to go alone, but she refuses. However much I tell her, she does not listen to me. Please, Bhagavan, you at least persuade her to go. Then I shall eat with you and stay on here." Bhagavan replied, "Where will you go, my dear man, forsaking your family? Will you fly up into the sky? After all, you have to remain on this earth. Wherever we are, there is the family. I too came away saying I did not want anything, but see what a big family I have now. My family is 100 times bigger than yours. You ask me to tell her to go, but if she comes and says, 'Where am I to go, Swami? I would rather stay here,' what shall I say to her then? You say you don't want your family, but what shall I do with my family? Where shall I go if I leave all this?" The people in the hall were all smiles. The old man squatted on the floor and said, "Yes, but what does it matter to Bhagavan? He is free from all bonds, and so he can bear the burden of any family, however big it may be." You should see how humorously Bhagavan talks about things. Whatever he says has some teaching for us in it. Devotees like myself have got into the habit of telling Bhagavan about some pain in the leg, or stomach, or back. A person once came and said, "My eyesight is bad. I cannot see properly. I want Bhagavan's grace for my relief." Bhagavan nodded as usual, and as soon as that person had left, he said, "He says he has pain in the eyes. I have pain in my legs. Whom shall I ask for relief?" We were all taken aback and kept quiet.